Oh, there we go. Lucasfilm. Songs. All right.
Welcome to the Scum Bar, the most notorious tavern on Melee Island. Wall-to-wall rogues and scoundrels.
So tell me, which ship is right for you?
Stan?
A luxury ship? A ship with just
Oh, that is fucking pog. No monkeys.
The legend of Monkey Island. You mean Governor Guybrush. But Freeboot's not set foot out of that mansion for almost a year.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? I told you no autographs. So I see you have a meet and greet ticket.
They actually
I
have.
guess it's not every day that you get to meet the mighty pirate Guybrush Threepwood, the legend of Monkey Island.
The Chuck has turned the memories of this island into a prison for Guybrush.
Well, well, what do we have here?
You need these.
Things may be very different from the Sea of Thieves you know.
They actually got the original actors as well. July 20th. Hold on. There is a lot to think about here. There is a lot of homage. There's a lot of fun stuff. They actually got the voice actor for Guybrush to voice him here as well. I like that. I like that quite a lot. But what we've already been told, first of all, the legend begins. It's a month from now, but that's fine. We have a month to, you know, hype up, look, you know, towards it. 3 hilarious tall tales. Packed with secrets and side quests, Sea of Thieves, The Legend of Monkey Island invites pirates to meet classic characters in a narrative that brings the iconic location of Monkey Island to the Sea of Thieves. Adventure begins on Melee Island, where pirates can take in sight, smell, and roguish splendor of the island as they seek to uncover why everyone suddenly seems to think quite highly of self-proclaimed mighty pirate and known poodle pacifier Guybrush Threepwood. Something is quite clearly wrong. Love Letter to the classic adventure game series will be available to play alone or with a crew, with 3 tall tales being added over the 3 months as free updates for all players. Inherently, it is good to say that they are drip feeding the content. And that is a very bold statement. I completely agree. But I would say that what the problem was with Pirate's Life is that it was everything at once. Everybody wanted to speedrun that stuff and did everything within a weekend. Us players don't know how to, you know, spread out the things that we want to do. We spend too much time getting into this kind of stuff, which makes that we're like, oh, it was a very good update, but I've only been spending like a weekend to actually do this. It's good that they're drip feeding it, in my opinion, because it makes that they make this whole thing, this whole event, run for longer, and it draws people back in again. You can play the first part and not get spoiled on the rest of the game already. However, as cool and amazing as this is, and as great as Monkey Island is, and as fun as the references are, Rare has said in the past that they weren't gonna go back to Tall Tales. That they were not going to do this kind of content in the game anymore. And I know they have their responsibilities. I know they have their contracts. I know they have this and that and everything that's in between. But Like, it very well, the way that everything here looks, it looks like we're just getting another set of, like, regular Tall Tales. You know, a very linear thing. You get to talk to one guy, then go to the next area, do all that stuff, you know, do a little thing. They could make this amazing. They could make this great. They could even structure it in a way where you do have to go around Melee Island and actually figure out a mystery and actually puzzle a little bit around and all that. That would be great. That would be awesome. However, Tall Tales do not carry the game. They bring more people in. They 100% bring more people in, and that's what they're aiming at here. That is what they're trying to do. That is what they're trying to achieve. But the system around it, the things that are going on with the game do not make it sustainable for new players to stay. They're gathering all these new players, and hopefully new players that they achieve with this, or the returning players that they achieve with it, are like, you know what, I'll give Sea of Thieves another try, you know? Maybe it is fun. Maybe I can do these new quests that I've never played. Maybe I can try and complete my combinations. Maybe I can, I have never done shrines. Maybe might as well go check that out. So that explains why guilds have been pushed back by a month. So that means the timeline now is July 20th, this comes out. And then around August, we will be having guilds. And chat, the second Tall Tale of this whole thing. What do y'all think, chat? What do y'all think? Bringing people back to sub, but kind of keep them in. Exactly, and that's the thing. Like, it's great that we're getting all these, like, a rebalance in world events, which makes that, you know, nobody is like, oh, I'm not going to do a world event because I'll get sweated on, because I'll get raided. It was a good change, and it does make it more sustainable for people to stay in the game, and over the past 2 years, Rare has added a lot of things that do make it more make it more sustainable to play the game as a new player. World events are no longer off the charts, like, newer players can actually do world events without completely getting dookied on by, you know, the PvP sweats. We'll have to see how it goes. We'll have to see how it goes. I love Monkey Island. I love Sea of Thieves. I love the whole thing, but it's... You think about Tall Tales can let new players do story without being killed. No, exactly, 100%. And that's good. It's a very safe environment for new players to start. The fact that they're drip feeding it is annoying to us because we can't rush it all out in a weekend's time. But it's for the better for us, I feel like. It is quite genuinely for the better for us. And as much as I don't know if y'all agree. Yeah, I don't know if y'all agree to that, or what y'all think, or if you've gotten a take that I haven't heard yet, or agree. Considering that everything that happens within the Sea of Thieves is canonical, yes. I think it has even been confirmed that the Sea of Thieves collaboration with the Pirate's Life is also Pirate's Life canonical. I hope that they maybe even implement a little bit of Jack Sparrow in there, but we'll have to see. But it's going to be interesting to see this evolve, to see this story go on. As much as it's a shame to see that that Rare is doing things that they said they would be doing or wouldn't be doing, and they're still doing it, is upsetting. But we're gonna have to see. It's gonna bring in new players. Only thing is the game gonna be able to make people stay? There's been this whole thing with that that whole stream that got taken down like thrice yesterday. None of y'all are aware of that, but whatever. What up, Max? Like a new adventure shooter, but okay, so hold on. I don't know if this has with the lore though. Like, I feel like we forgot about Flameheart. Flameheart came back, but where is he and what happened to Pendragon? I haven't. But maybe it is. Maybe it is. I'll actually like look into that right now. Monkey with a banana. What is on here? No, but that's the thing. Oh. Oh, can I actually... I should show this on stream. That is very pog. But I think... I didn't notice that. But as much as that is cool and all, I don't think they're gonna bring this to... Maybe they do. Maybe they do. And that would be great. This would be good. I mean, a little shitty. But I feel like this is going to be part of this part of the Tall Tale. I feel like it's going to be part of the Tall Tale rather than anything else. He makes a return, which is interesting to see. Gonna have to see if it's in any of the other media that they're showing. Are they showing it? Yeah, it's not on there, man. It is not on there. Let's see, where's more of it? It's not on there. That's the Black Pearl itself. I don't know why that's there. Which might implement that there's gonna be Pirate's Life in here. I don't think that's gonna make it to main game, though. I am fairly certain it's not gonna make it to main game. Battering and soon cannons at the back. I feel like Rare is making a brand new adventure, but forgetting the original storyline like we never got an ending. This would have been got. So the thing is about that as well, Sue. They're not forgetting about it. They're not forgetting about it. What the thing is here is Rare signing amazing deals with amazing giant names and companies to keep the game afloat, to keep the game running. Because Sea of Thieves, as it currently is, I feel like, is not able to sustain itself. It needs these kinds of events to draw attention back, to get new players in, to get people to buy stuff in the Emporium, to actually buy the game again. This is, I feel like, going to be a mandatory thing that will be happening more occasionally because Rare will need to keep the game afloat. They did not forget about the main story. They absolutely did not. Because Flameheart draws in the most attention for the people that know Sea of Thieves. But they are not... There's a Tall Tale... Also, this is a Tall Tale. If this is as big as a Pirate's Life, we need PvE Tall Tales and PvP that would draw a bunch of players. I know it would take a lot of time. What is going to break the purpose of the game is no longer sandbox. It's just a cash grab for new players. Yeah, it's free content. It's free content. It's not going to be behind a paywall. But the thing is, a lot of new players tend to buy the bundles that they come with. Oh, get all these ship skins for only $12 and you get to enjoy the game with a fun little cosmetic. That's what brings in the money. The Emporium keeps the game afloat. That's what it does. Yeah, we'd love Flameheart lore, and maybe they work it in here. I don't know. We'll have to see. But as of right now, this is what has to keep the game afloat. Because the game itself does not sustain. This kind of event should bring in more people and say, hey, you know, Sea of Thieves is cool. Sea of Thieves is a great game. Yes, we have a story mode, but, you know, the main game itself is also fun. Because that's the thing. People will play this. People will play, like, people will get Game Pass to play this. People will jump into this because they have Game Pass. might as well get into it. Now we need to make that transition from playing this to making them stay. And gamers are, we've seen that today, gamers are incredibly, and I mean incredibly spoiled. Our minimum striving is that a man of art? No, it's the Black Pearl. It's the Black Pearl itself. That's a galleon right there. Also, it looks more like a brig, the way it's shaped. I do like all the Guybrush stuff. Like, yes, it's nice. Oh, that's an obsidian capstone right there. And the town. For that, we need more Michael's PvP tutorial on TikTok. I'm working on it, Shrub. I'm actually gonna be working together with some people on that. I got a couple people that want to help me out with those. But that's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah, it's... We're gonna have to see. We need to get this drop... like, we need this drop fed. Or drip fed. We cannot sustain this, and this only makes that people, you know, have more time, you know, from playing part 1 to playing part 2 to playing part 3. What do you do in the meantime? Oh, maybe you'll work up the muscle. Maybe you'll work up the want to actually do this. I'm gonna have to see with whom I'm gonna do it. I'm very tempted to see if Mads wants to play together once she's here in the Netherlands. But to be fair, I might just do this on my own, just so I can fully go through it. Because the problem that I had with the original Pirate's Life Tall Tale, and that's a problem that has never been patched, these Tall Tales are not made, and the adventures either are not made for more than one player. They are not. If you do not wait for everybody to be there, people will miss things continuously. So I will most probably be doing this alone. Like I'll check in. I should be at home for the 20th though. So I will most probably be playing this when it launches. It's gonna be interesting. But what do y'all think, chat? What do y'all think? Oh, that is interesting. Facebook did a thing. Yeah, Sea of Thieves. Facebook did a thing. Maxime ain't thinking anymore. Maxime ain't thinking anymore. So yeah, specifically the cannon on the front, I do not think that it's gonna... Alright, let's see. In July 20th, the world of Sea of Thieves and Monkey Island unite. 3 new titles released monthly. Explore iconic locations, fully voice acted zip lines. Which I did want to just see if they had the... Oh yeah, they have it fully. Alright. Sea of Thieves fans hoping for a glimpse of what's coming their way over the next few months. We're in for a treat at this year's Xbox Games Showcase event, held on June 11th. Last year, the same event saw the reps come off a Season 7's captaincy feature set, while back in 2021, our showcase included the reveal of Sea of Thieves: A Pirate's Life. It's a high standard of announcement to measure up to, but we hope you'll be pleased with what we've unveiled in for 2023. After expressing our team's fondness for Monkey Island franchise via the Easter eggs left for players to find in Sea of Thieves: A Pirate's Life, the integration is finally coming your way. We've worked closely with Lucasfilm Games to bring Monkey Island to Sea of Thieves, resulting in an experience that's expansive, exciting, and entertaining. Over the course of 3 brand new titles, you'll be invited to tour and explore beloved locations beginning with Melee Island and interact with iconic characters including Guybrush Threepwood himself. Throughout the Legend of Monkey Islands, you'll solve puzzles, tussle with adversaries, adversaries and take unexpected trials as you strive to put right situations that have gone bizarrely wrong and confront a looming peril born of powers from both worlds. Players can expect to learn about how these places are connected through an experience underscored by a rich theme of comedy, but right now we want to leave as much as possible to be discovered as you go. Whether this is your dream crossover as a long-term fan or fated to be your first foray onto the shores of Monkey Island, we hope you'll feel the love that's gone into this collaboration and find plenty to love in return. Legend of Monkey Island is coming free to all Sea of Thieves players, beginning with the first of 3 new titles on July 20th. Bring your wits, your finest hats, and Talking Skull. We'll see you, mighty pirates, there. Let's see. Yeah, the chicken ziplines look wild. So that's the thing, right? What they're presenting, I'm not upset. Because the Pirates Life titles were good. They were fun. We just did not know how to, you know, keep ourselves from not doing them all in one go because we wanted to see the end of that. Yeah, no, we've hold on, look at this. But no, I think it's only for that ship. There's some very nice little homages and characters in there. Yeah, I'm very curious as to how this whole thing will pack. There's a cannon on the front there. But I don't think they're gonna put this on main galleons. Maybe they will eventually, and that would be kind of weird. Maybe even a little stupid. Would be a really bad spot to put it, right next to the harpoon too. Like, they'd have to do something special with it, because if you just put a cannon on the front, I don't know. I don't know. How dare you enjoy the tall tales of the concept. I feel like it's just gonna be an update for 1 week and then boring. No, exactly. That's exactly how it's gonna go. But that's the thing. Like, okay, chat, how many hours have y'all put into the game? Let's check that, because we need to settle this as a discussion as well. Let's see. I, as of right now, have 183 days. That roughly translates to 4.4k hours. Maybe this TSLI with news. Tall Tales coming out. Nothing wrong with Tall Tales. It's just people's preference. I personally don't like them because it's not what I bought the game for. At least, nevertheless, they are cool. No, it's nice. And these Tall Tales, like, they are here to draw more people into the game. And hopefully make them play adventure and do all that stuff. But we'll have to see. We're gonna have to wait and see. 1,500 hours. Alright. 105 hours. Yeah, these updates are not targeted towards keeping players playing the game. They are targeted towards getting new people or returning players into the game. They are not here to make us stay. They are not. And regardless, the 2K plus hour players that play this game, and I'm actually gonna move this back to Sea of Thieves, by the way. The 2K plus hour players are not gonna get all that much more content. Besides accommodation here or there. Besides a rebalance in world events. Rare doesn't target those players because, I mean, yes, they do bring in a good amount of the money, but they don't bring in all of the money. The biggest amount of money is the mass purchasing of the game and the Emporium cosmetics. That's what brings in the money. That's what makes the game sustainable. What? Oh. So yes, on one hand, we should stop complaining, but on the other hand, we need our systems to be working again. And that sweet Game Pass contract. No, Shrubby, the Game Pass contract isn't really... No. Xbox, or Microsoft themselves, use Sea of Thieves as their #1 game. It is the Game Pass game. Here, if you look at Xbox Game Pass, You go to the website. Oh, it's no longer on there. Master Chief, Starfield, EA Play, Riot, Minecraft, that thing. It is no longer on there, never mind. It's no longer the Game Pass game? I guess not. I guess not. And I mean, okay, well, alright. To be fair, they did just have an announcement. Like, they did just have a showcase. But in any case... So... Yeah, no, let's hope they stay afloat. But yet again... We need this. Like, y'all need to understand that this kind of content, this content that only lasts for a couple days upon launch, keeps the game afloat. But between them making these updates and them bringing out another one like these, all that room in between getting more people in, requires a better way of making their system. They need to upgrade the system. They need to improve in it. They need to make it better. But then they do need to do that. The rebalance, like honestly, the Season 9 rebalance of the world events was a good change. Some of the quality of life from Season 5 was really good. Individually, all the seasonal stuff is really good. The only two main problems right now are the servers lagging behind and creating this massive delay in hit registration and hitboxes and all that stuff. But besides that, we also have the cheating problem, right? Which is also getting out of hands. Considering what has happened on Twitch yesterday, I feel like, well, the community is more aware of it, which makes that Rare is more aware of it, which makes that Rare really needs to figure that they need to get their stuff together. Doesn't really mean that they will be taking the right steps towards it. Like, I love the developers. They're amazing people. Like, I've met them, I've talked to them. They're very passionate about what they do, and I've talked more... I don't know how much I'm gonna get into this, to be honest. It's just that their team and their resources are too small or in the wrong place. I don't know what precisely is going on at Rare, but they need to get everything straight and know what they need to do, how they need to work on it, and that they might need to expand. I mean, it's good because I've seen Mike Chapman post out that they need a new art director, I think. A new art director or a game designer. Check that out. Let me check that out. Don't expect 4-year-old bugs to be fixed ever. No, they won't, because the whole game is built on spaghetti code, but that's besides the point. In any other case... Oh, he did just retweet that. All right. All right. What takes have we not had today yet? And there we go. Let's see what y'all said. Also, what, Vipey? What you got cooking? I got myself cooking tonight. I'm boiling in my own sweat. All right, let's see. By the way, if you bought Java and Bedrock Editions in Minecraft back in the day, you'll have a new cape in your name. Yep, I do have that. Make another vid called Assault Dying Part 2. Name it something else. Cannons on the front. No, it's not gonna... I'm fairly certain that they're not gonna add that to the game, because the only instances... Yet again, we're gonna get back into this. The only instances in which I've seen it is this shot right here. All the other shots which have galleons, sloops, and brigantines do not have the cannons on the front. So if you look right over there, no cannon on the front. It is quite genuinely just like the Flying Dutchman part in Pirate's Life, I feel like. I don't think they're gonna add that to regular stuff. And if they do, that's a dumb mistake, because then it doesn't matter if you lose broadside. You can just do whatever the fuck you want. Alright, so... Make a video. Sun is officially dead. Here's why. It's not dead. It's not dead because there's a Monkey Island Tall Tales coming out. There we go. Don't daze cannons on front. Blaze goes to... Has that too. Well, if you like Blazing Sails so much, go play that. Get your friends together, play some Blazing Sails, have fun with that. Seeing that it's only in the Tall Tales. Mike Sea of Thieves failing is also dangerous for YouTube streamers because some people have it as their job and source of income. Yeah, but I mean, we can still move to other games. Starfield is looking pretty pog. I mean, they've been talking a lot about it, but I've seen the new Persona games. The other game. The question if these Tall Tales have been created by contract teams, as was the case before. What is Rare Main working on? Where is a single bug fix for literally any of the 4-year plus backlog of broken shit? Rare fails, all solid YouTubers and streamers are gone. They're gonna go to different games. Blurbs have been moving to Hunt and Deceive Inc. Micromats has been doing Tears of the Kingdom. I might even just move back to Nintendo as a whole. Sandromeda has been doing Hunt. Savvy has been doing Hunt. Bearded Gannon has been doing IRL streams. Fuzzy has been doing Hunt. A lot of Sea of Thieves players have been going to Hunt, to be honest. Pirate Legends prepare to meet the mighty pirate when the world of Monkey Island comes to Sea of Thieves in collaboration with Lucasfilms Games as a 3-part Tall Tale expansion. Announced in today's Xbox Game Showcase, The Legend of Monkey Island will be released in monthly installments starting July 20th, telling a brand new Tall Tale featuring characters and voice actors from the Monkey Island series. Your adventures will have you meet Guybrush Threepwood, his beloved Elan, the dreaded ghost Captain LeChuck, Murray the demonic Talking Skull, and more iconic characters. You get to visit freely explorable versions of both Melee Island and Monkey Island. Wait, freely explorable? That does sound good. Solving puzzles in a point-and-click style adapted for Sea of Thieves first-person view. And it will all take place in the Sea of the Damned, so you'll have no interruptions from other players as you relive the iconic series in a brand new way. That is very good and based. So yeah, it will be, you have to visit freely, blah, 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 solving puzzles in a point-and-click style adapted. So it will be a full-on Monkey Island expansion in Sea of Thieves style. Alright, building collaboration with Lucasfilms Games. The 3 Tall Tales make up the Legend of Monkey Island, all of which will arrive for free. We'll bring swashbuckling Sea of Thieves adventures, presenting an authentic story with a single hypothetical question at its heart. What if Guybrush and co. arrived on the Sea of Thieves? While creating today's trailer teased some of what's to come, I was able to chat with Sea of Thieves creator-director Mike Chapman for an all-encompassing discussion about what we saw in today's trailer and more. Here's our exclusive interview. I'll try and do my best impression of Mike as I can. First things first, there was a big Monkey Island Easter egg in A Pirate's Life, your last crossover with Pirates of the Caribbean. Were you already planning this expansion back then? The idea of what could a potentially story be if Guybrush and Elaine found their way into the Sea of Thieves, that was something we thought about during the development of A Pirate's Life. It felt like there was a really interesting idea to get the players guessing, would they actually go tell a Monkey Island story? So that did inspire the side quest that takes place in A Pirate's Life. Let's explore a little sliver of what point-and-click gameplay could feel like in Sea of Thieves. You use some items, there's some nested solutions that you need to discover. We're definitely inspired by what a Monkey Island experience could look like in Sea of Thieves. So, after Pirates of the Caribbean, I think the next franchise that felt like this to be the next dream come true, this is the next one where it feels like it was always meant to be, was Monkey Island. Yeah. I hope it's not linear. I really want this to be a open world exploration thing, so that is already better. That is genuinely already 10 times better. Tell us more about that. Why did that collaboration feel so irresistible? Probably one of the most exciting aspects of this is the opportunity to tell an original story in a world that we are such fans of. There have been so many times during the development on Sea of Thieves where we've been inspired by the Monkey Island humor, the tone, and the sense of whimsy in Sea of Thieves. But there's also the extra magic quality of being able to take a game's experience that's traditionally enjoyed as a point-and-click adventure and bring it into the Sea of Thieves world, where it's fully immersive. You get to really feel like you inhabit those spaces, look at all those characters in the eye, and go in on this new adventure that allows you to see the Sea of Thieves world from a new perspective alongside Guybrush and another beloved Monkey Island character, and other beloved Monkey Island characters. This is a story told over 3 tales, and wanted to do the Monkey Island gameplay justice by including our take on an in-depth dialogue with the characters, and really encouraging players to navigate the world's environment with its iconic puzzle gameplay, really capturing that essence in each tall tale. It's another one of those incredible moments that Sea of Thieves has led us to, where we get to play in a world that we all love so dearly. Can't believe, after all these years from playing Monkey Island growing up, that we get to pitch an original Monkey Island story and have it take place in the Sea of Thieves. It's a dream come true. Which one? Don't use faces. Don't use faces in the thumbnail. Doesn't work if people don't know who I am. I'd say get a good pose of a pirate, do something like mate, honestly, hold on. The title Legend of Monkey Island is arriving on the main series titles. Can you talk more about where it falls in the timeline? The double meaning of the legend in The Legend of Monkey Island refers to Guybrush's past stories, an adventure you will go on in this new Talto and Sea of Thieves. One of the things we thought was absolutely key was that we tap into where the themes and core DNA, what makes Monkey Island, and what makes Sea of Thieves, Sea of Thieves. Weaving them together as a deep thematical level beyond just the pirate thing. We wanted to pull from the most beloved elements of the franchises while also trying to pick a time period where an untold story could be unveiled. Yeah, it does. There's a lot of... I'll go through the entire list of things that they revealed in a little bit, and then we're going to go and get into some Sea of Thieves. The story takes place when Guybrush gets to marry the love of his life, Elaine, at the end, at the end of the 3rd game, The Curse of Monkey Island. Guybrush sails off to the horizon on a galleon with Just Married on the back, and they go off to presumably have their honeymoon. It's a really interesting entry point for our story. What if Guybrush and Elaine had their honeymoon in the Sea of Thieves? What if they had been invited to the Sea of Thieves to have this ultimate pirate honeymoon? And that's where our story picks up. Interesting. Interesting. Key element here must have been location. In A Pirate's Life, you gave players an explorable version of the original Pirates of the Caribbean Disney attraction, but by transforming Melee Island and Monkey Island into Sea of Thieves locations, with a familiar look and first-person perspective, it feels like you're taking that even further. You hit the nail on the head there. Going into The Legend of Monkey Island, it felt like the entire experience is really pulling on that feeling, art style, and overall aesthetic, especially because of how iconic the Scum Bar, the Clock Tower, the Monkey Head on Monkey Island, and other locations are. So those classic locations are fully explorable. They are. In The Legend of Monkey Island, the gameplay is about being in those spaces and feeling like you can explore at your own pace. You can speak to the characters and start to understand what the puzzles are going to be as they slowly unfold in front of your eyes. So the core feeling of this and what it feels like to interact with characters feels very unique compared to what we've done before. So it's a very... I'm not saying it. Some good screenshots, by the way. Really wanted those tales to celebrate the locations, not just use them as backdrops. You really feel like you spent time there and interact with not only the bits that you remember from the classic canon games, but also see new areas that you may have imagined when you played the games for the first time. In the grand scheme of gaming, Monkey Island is a classic series, and Sea of Thieves is a very current game. Just think about how this crossover might introduce new players to Monkey Island for the first time. That's probably one of the first things we considered when the idea of doing something with Monkey Island was conceived. The Monkey Island franchise feels like it's gaming royalty. If you haven't played it, it feels like it should be on your playlist. It's like famous movies, you know? It feels like you are missing out if you haven't seen them. The opportunity to give players the first window into that world, if they haven't played it before, is something we took very seriously. And they're selling the game here. If players in Sea of Thieves experience the Monkey Island world for the first time, we'd like nothing more than for those players to go check out that incredible series, including the latest entry in the franchise, Return to Monkey Island. With the work that we're doing on Legend of Monkey Island, I think it's absolutely critical that when fans go and play the other Monkey Island games in the franchise, they get the feeling that what they've experienced in Sea of Thieves feels authentic. From the tone of what the characters say to the sense of place in the world, to even the way it feels to explore those locations. We need to live up to that standard. We want fans to believe that what we've done feels like a part of one connected experience. So it is all canon, pretty much. They are saying that it is pretty much canon. So that is that. That is that. Did it